Dr. Onodera, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming again. Now, it's been believed that the cow in question had contracted the mad cow disease through MBM, which is meat and bone meal.
Yes.
Now, could you tell us about this protein feed?
Meat and bone meal means usually this material contains bone and also visceral organ, which includes brain and spinal cord and intestine. So I think after we make this kind of tissues by homogenate, then we make it dried up and then sterilized about 400 centigrade. And then after that, we'll feed this kind of material to cow as a source of calcium and proteins.
Now, you said there's brain and bones, which sounds very, very dangerous. And in fact, the use of MBM has been banned in Japan in 1996.
Yes.
But recent investigations have found that some farms still use them till quite recently. And why has this happened?
I think farmers are not informed well about the danger of MBM. So maybe I think they are buying MBM from company to feed to such kind of pigs and chickens. But sometimes maybe this kind of MBM may contaminate to the feeding for cows, I think. So anyway, I think major reason is the farmers are not well informed, I think.
And of course, there is also criticism that the MBM had not been banned until 1996, when in fact mad cow disease we have already seen the outbreaks of mad cow disease in the 1980s in Britain. Now, the news has definitely sent shockwaves across the country. I understand that some schools have stopped serving not only beef but also milk in their lunches. And reports say that the prices of beef have fallen, but consumers have refrained from buying. To me, it sounds like there's an overreaction in some part, but is Japanese beef no longer safe to eat?
I think still Japanese meat are safe to eat. Of course, Japanese meat is safe to eat. But still there is a misunderstanding or misinformation between prefectural government and central government. So maybe I think even in this case, I think prefectural government know the danger of mad cow disease first. But I think there is misinformation between central government and prefectural government. So I think central government did not get so much information from the prefectural government and also farmers, I think. So that's the reason I think there is a big shock.
Well, you say there may be no reason to panic, but again, as you have already mentioned, there has been some inappropriate handling of the mad cow disease outbreak. For example, it was a great shock for us to learn that the ministry did not confirm that the cow in question had been incinerated and destroyed. I mean, we took it for granted that it would be destroyed, but in fact, part of its carcass has been processed into feed for other animals. I mean, this is terrible. What has the Japanese government been doing to regain consumer trust?
To regain the consumer trust, I think we have to do so many things. Because first of all, I think we must ban the use of MBM more widely. Because last time we are banning to use MBM for cow. But still we are thinking to ban much wider than before. Because this time I think the Japanese government is prohibiting for the importing of MBM from foreign countries. But still we are using the MBM produced in Japan. So, but anyway, I think the Japanese government is looking at much more carefully about the occurrence of mad cow disease in Japan. And also to see the occurrence of mad cow disease in Japan, we need to do more intensive surveillance in slaughterhouse. So I think from this I think September to I think next March, we are in Japanese government people are trying to do about 500,000 cow surveillance in slaughterhouse. This is, I think, most important thing.
Specifically, what kind of tests should be conducted?
One thing we should do is, I think we must slaughter the cow and take out the small sample of the brain. And then after that, we made a homogeneous from the brain. And using that samples, we have the immunochemical stain. Then after that, I think we can confirm that if that is a positive, then that is a mad cow disease positive case. Yeah.
And then, of course, the animals should be incinerated.
So, of course, after that, the animals should be incinerated. Yeah.
And of course, the public should be informed of all what's happening in the slaughterhouses.
Of course, yeah, the slaughterhouse must show us more information about what they are doing to us. Yeah.
Now, the September 22nd announcement signaled also Asia's first known case of mad cow disease.
Mm-hmm.
These export markets in the United States and Asia, I think, remain closed.
Mm-hmm.
And in a recent development, Australia also banned imports of beef and beef products from Japan. So not only Japan not only needs to convince Japanese consumers, but they also need to prevent the overseas from taking any further negative reaction.
One of the more intensive surveillance of Japanese as cows in the slaughterhouse, and also I think we must decrease the use of MBM anyway.
Well, we have already seen from examples in Europe that consumers tend to turn away from beef altogether in the outbreak of mad cow disease. So certainly authorities have much on the agenda to prevent further spread of the disease, and also reconfirm safety of Japan's famous beef. Thank you very much, Dr. Onodera.
You are welcome.
Dr. Onodera, I thank you very much.